Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 79 of my story. So, I'm going to go back a little bit for you guys. So, in my last story, I didn't have the name of the seventh victim, but I did have the name of the eighth victim, Miss Lemire, who had passed from COVID at FMC Carswell. The seventh victim name was Miss Sherry Hillman. She had started her time at FMC Carswell on June 1st of 2021. But by June 14th of 2021, staff was alerted to her having a difficult time breathing. And despite all the measures that they took, life-saving, so they say, to revive her, she went non-responsive where she then lost her life to COVID. So at 54 years old, this lady, very new to FMC Carswell, has passed away now from COVID. And I remember around this time, it was a lot of stuff going on as far as testing. People were sick and nobody was getting tested. They were not testing you. And I think that was the time at the camp where COVID just pretty much rampant through the whole facility, and people was all having all these COVID-like symptoms, but they were refusing to test everybody. The only people who were at this time still getting tested were people like myself, who was going out of the facility every day. So also at this time, there's a lot of talk going on. El Chapo's wife, Alma, has been sentenced to federal prison time at this time. Unbeknownst to us, she's coming to FMC Carswell. And by, I want to say, the end of that year, November, she's sent over to FMC Carswell, where she begins to do her prison sentence. So at this time in the game, in 2021, most work details were back in full swing, and you were going out of the facility or leaving to go to facilities, warehouse, commissary warehouse, to go to work every day. I was working an out custody community job, so I, of course, left the compound every single day. By 7:30, I was gone. I was back by 3:30 p.m. And I remember people were being sick, and they were getting sick, going down to medical and not being tested for COVID. And everybody was complaining about having all these different symptoms, and they were not testing you. They were basically saying that we are only testing you if your name comes out on a list to be tested. So a list would come out, your name would be picked, and then you will be tested for COVID. But by that time, they're testing very few people. I think maybe like 20 people every 2 weeks or so are getting tested, or even less at the camp. Across the street, we're hearing that people are sick and they're not testing them either across the street. However, I'm going out every single day and I'm working on this military base. And I'm noticing on this military base that there's no precautions being taken. The people on this base are not wearing masks, or not washing their hands, and it's just like a sight for me to see. Of course, I'm trying to protect myself in every which way that I can. I'm at work with a surgical mask on every single day. That's what they gave me because I was going out on the base. I wasn't with sanitation anymore. Therefore, I did not have an N95 mask to wear while I was on the base. And I just kept always thinking in my mind that, hey, it won't be long before we all get sick from COVID from coming out here. And I remember going to address that issue with my camp counselor, basically telling them about, hey, out on the base, they're not wearing masks. The people who are leaving here with me every single day, nobody is wearing masks. Despite y'all telling us that when we go out there, we need to wear a mask, they're not wearing it. And my fear is a lockdown. I had not tested positive for COVID. I had had multiple COVID tests, and I had never tested positive for COVID since the beginning of the pandemic. But my thing was, with everything that was going on across the street and at the camp, it would be a time where I'm possibly going to end up getting COVID because of negligence of someone else. So they pretty much have a meeting with us, and they're telling us, hey, y'all leave this camp every day and y'all go out onto the military base. Y'all have to wear a mask. We're going to start coming out there, riding around the city.